This is Top 30.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Kristen Smith.
I'm Richard Bacon, and we have 30 stories in 30 minutes, and here is the first one. A growing trend in real estate has worried privacy experts and unsettled home buyers. Many houses for sale now contain surveillance cameras that follow prospective buyers as they tour the home. Unlike older security cameras, today's smart devices connect to a phone or tablet to send live video as well as audio. Real estate agents tell MarketWatch it's led to some uncomfortable conversations with clients going to open houses. Some say it could lead to housing discrimination depending on whether an offer is refused and why. Others worry it could give sellers an unfair advantage during negotiations. One new homeowner was informed by his new neighbor the guy who sold the house knew he had a buyer the minute you walked through. That previous owner had heard the buyer's conversation with their broker. The National Association of Realtors had suggested guidelines for announcing that a prospective buyer is being recorded. Recording audio without consent is illegal in some states. Many realtors suggest posting a sign notifying visitors of electronic surveillance.
Danielle Knox from Fox 35 Orlando brings you what you need to know today. Danielle?
Hi, Kristen. An unusual cure for nausea, sniffing rubbing alcohol. Researchers say the smell can help subside vomiting or nausea. Almost 5 million people go to emergency rooms each year in the U.S. for severe nausea and vomiting. It's commonly treated with the drug Zofran, but now experts say rubbing solution could be a quicker and less expensive way to do it. But please consult your doctor first. Hide your lipstick. Your makeup could actually be killing man's best friend. A study shows parabens, the preservatives commonly found in cosmetics, could be harmful to your dog. Researchers say this could explain why dogs who stay indoors are more likely to get diabetes, hyperthyroidism, and kidney disease. And a recent study found pizza is a bigger motivator than cash. A psychologist gave groups of workers different rewards for increased productivity, ranging from compliments to pizza to cash. The psychologist found that pizza increased productivity the most. I'll take the cash over the carbs. And that's what you need to know. Kristen, let's go back to you now.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'd take the cash any day. Thanks for keeping us in the know, Danielle.
Let's go to the New York Stock Exchange for our Fox Business Minute with your friend and mine, Nicole Padalides. Nicole, Lyft is trying out something different.
That's right, Richard. Lyft is testing a Netflix-style monthly subscription plan. There are currently 3 subscription models. The first is 30 standard rides for $200 a month. Another one for $300, and a third would be for $400, 60 rides. Blue Apron is going to start selling its meal kits in stores. The idea here, to attract more people to a subscription-based service and to make the brand more accessible to people across the country. Toys R Us stores used to be a huge showroom for toys, which customers could interact with all the new products. But with the retailer's impending liquidation, the $27 billion toy industry could be in some trouble.
Nicole, there are still other stores like Target and Walmart that sell toys. How bad can the impact be?
It's still too early to tell, but those mass retailers, they tend to sell the top-selling items instead of taking risks with one of the smaller companies. Also, a quick tip for those of you with Toys R Us and Babies R Us gift cards. Use them very soon because they could become worthless.
Good tip. From the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, Nicole Padalides, thank you.
Authorities released surveillance video from the Parkland shooting, showing resource officer Scott Peterson's lack of response to the incident. Peterson radioed in that shots had been fired, but then positioned himself outside for at least 26 minutes, never going into the school. The Broward County Sheriff's Department released a statement saying, in part, the video speaks for itself. After being suspended without pay, Peterson chose to retire. And the popular children's brand Dr. Brown's is recalling nearly 600,000 Lovey pacifier holders due to a choking hazard. Holders sold between August 2015 and March 2018 are being recalled after there were 67 reports of ribbon fraying causing the snaps to detach. And Tamar Braxton posted a video showing her head being shaved with the caption, "Finally free," and then followed up with a couple of photos showing her new look. They say bald is beautiful, and I agree. Welcome back to Top 30. Barbershops, especially in the Black community, are known to be comfortable places where people relax and kind of open up about themselves. And it turns out that atmosphere also makes it a good place to get medical advice. A new study put pharmacists in 52 Black-owned barbershops in the Los Angeles area. The participants were 319 Black men with high blood pressure, and some of the men were encouraged by their barber to speak to the pharmacist about their health issues. That pharmacist could give medical advice and prescribe high blood pressure medication in collaboration with their doctor. At the end of the 2.5-year study, blood pressure in the pharmacist group dropped to normal levels in nearly 64% of the men, compared to only 12% in the control group. Researchers say medical mistrust could be part of the reason why Black men don't often speak to a doctor, and the barbershop intervention could be a good way to lower blood pressure rates in Black men.
Black barbershops are just such interesting hives of energy and communities.
Yeah.
And whenever I drive past one, I look at it and I think, I'd love to see a reality TV show, like a fly on the wall, about just a single Black barbershop where you hear all the conversations, get to know all the people.
Yeah, entertaining. I think it could work.
Yeah.
All right, well, another interesting study here. It revealed just how much money the average working woman has saved for retirement. The research by Transamerica shows that number is $34,000. The analysis didn't break it down by age, but research has found many women are dealing with lower savings levels and higher debt than in years past. That's making it harder to put money away for retirement. But experts say there are some things you can do. Younger workers should explore putting more money into their 401k plans. Many companies offer an employee match, and over time, this can be a big boost. Older workers can defer Social Security payments, which will increase how much money you get each month. And consider working part-time after leaving your job. This can supplement Social Security and prevent dipping into your nest egg. Experts say it's important to have a strong financial plan before retirement because it'll be too late to start once you actually retire.
Yeah, it certainly will. It is time now for Royal Watch with the Sun. Let's check in with the legendary Arthur Edwards, the Sun's royal photographer for 40 years. Arthur, welcome back.
Thank you, Rich. It's nice to be back.
Now, Arthur, I hear that Meghan Markle is breaking all the royal rules. What happened?
Well, you know, she's the first fiancée that got invited by the Queen, not only to Sandringham at Christmas, which was a first, but we had a huge Commonwealth Day service at Westminster Abbey on Monday, and Meghan arrived with the rest of the royal family. It's never happened before. Kate never went on a job with the Queen until 2 months after she was married. Diana didn't at all until after she was married. I think she loves Harry so much, the Queen, she'll let him do anything. And today she signed a letter to the Privy Council saying, I give my consent to my dearly beloved grandson, Prince Henry, to Rachel Meghan Markle.
And Arthur, I hear that Meghan has been having some driving lessons.
Yeah, Meghan's learning to drive on the left and learn to drive a car with a stick shift. She has to have special training for fast getaways and stuff like that.
So she's out and about without Harry. She still has police protection, doesn't she? She still has someone with her.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, she's under the umbrella now.
I wish Prince Harry had fallen in love with me.
Well, you know what? You're not as good looking as Kev Meghan. That's why, Richard.
Arthur Edwards, thank you. Welcome back to Top 30. Officials are investigating the tragic collapse of a bridge in Miami, Florida. Cars were stopped at a red light on the road beneath the structure when the 950-ton span collapsed. At least 6 people are dead and several more are missing. The bridge had been constructed just days before. It had actually been swung into place in a single block. It's the largest bridge ever to be moved into place at once like that.
And the method is supposed to reduce potential risk to workers, commuters, and pedestrians, and it's supposed to minimize traffic interruptions as well.
It's one of those horrible stories where you just think about the way that people's lives are either ended or changed forever in a single moment.
Yeah.
And the language around the reports was the exact same language that you hear used after a devastating earthquake.
It was definitely a catastrophic event, that's for sure.
Yeah, sniffer dogs, you know, searching for survivors. It's an incredibly shocking event, but shocking because it's so rare as well, right? You know?
So the investigation rolls on right now, more questions than answers, but we'll, of course, keep you posted as we learn more about this.
Yeah.
Okay, a viral Facebook post is sparking a lot of debate today about what teachers get paid. Elizabeth Millich teaches 2nd grade in Arizona. She posted a pay stub showing her annual pay of $35,621 after a raise. This teacher said she ran low on cash the last time she went to buy teaching supplies. Because if you know any teachers, you know a lot of times they come out of their own pockets to get their supplies. And there's this great quote from this teacher, Elizabeth Millich, and she said, "Something must be done. Otherwise, our poor children will be taught by unqualified, burned out, and just plain bad teachers."
Yeah. So the slip, you've got old annual salary, $35,490, new annual salary, $35,621.25. It's a tiny, tiny raise. The people who will manage and run and every single thing in the country are being taught by teachers not being paid very much.
I think she should have done that. I think she did the right thing in posting that so everyone could see, so we could see how serious of an issue this is.
Because of the West Virginia walkout and because of this story, you do feel like, oh, actually, you know, when you get the beginnings of a movement, you know, you just feel like, oh, there's so much talk about teacher pay right now that maybe it's something that can be, it's something that can be properly addressed.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, Top 30, we'll be right back.
In today's Hometown Stories from Fox 46 Charlotte, Hendrick Automotive and Second Harvest Food Bank got together this week for a good cause, preparing pre-made meals for the upcoming Easter holiday. Employees packed boxes for over 10,000 people with must-have items like ham, stuffing, and apple pie, along with some other goodies like mac and cheese. And this isn't the only good deed you'll see from Hendrick Automotive. The company has plans to join with 18 different food banks across the Southeast to continue their fight against hunger. Our next story from Fox 4 Dallas. The Dallas Police Choir started back in 1983 when a group of officers got together to sing Christmas carols. Well, today the choir performs throughout the year, volunteering their time to bring their beautiful voices to sporting events, retirement homes, and sometimes to comfort the families of a fallen officer.
Oh, dear Lord, please hear my prayer.
Our final story from Fox 9 Minneapolis. A hockey game 2 years ago changed Matt Olson's life forever when an injury paralyzed him from the neck down. But last week, he hit a major milestone, standing fully upright for the first time since the accident. Though it was through the assistance of a special frame, he now feels closer to his goal of walking once again. Matt's attitude is a true inspiration. Rather than be sad or bitter, he focuses on the positive and believes he and his family are now stronger than ever. Welcome back to Top 30. A recent study shows Americans are on their phone for 5 hours a day, looking at the screen once every 12 minutes. So would you be able to go 24 hours without using your phone at all? Well, in Bali, the government is shutting down mobile internet for 24 hours, all to mark a religious holiday.
Yes.
You know, it's called
a great idea.
The Day of Silence, and basically the day is considered a day of reflection, and people observe 4 main prohibitions. That's no fire, no travel, no activity, and no entertainment.
It's impossible to imagine it happening in America where people hate the idea of government telling you what to do, right?
Right, and the government is doing exactly that there in Bali. So this is the first time the government actually has instituted this no internet policy.
And now they're going to do it every year. It's going to be an annual thing. So what it is, they're shutting down mobile internet. The regular internet will say otherwise it would mess up hospitals and the army
things like that. Yeah,
so it's mobile internet, so no one will be using their phones. I don't know. I mean, it also all the people that day walking the streets in Bali, none of them will be on their phone and none of them will be looking at a screen.
I'd imagine that's therapeutic.
It'd be great to Instagram that.
Yeah.
Now onto a study that looks at how relationships impact the weight of people who are together.
I like this topic.
I think what it's saying at the heart of this is that in a good, healthy marriage, sometimes people will encourage each other to eat healthily and look after themselves.
I definitely agree with that. For example, we went vegan at the beginning of the year. My husband
Congratulations.
And I. Thank you. The fact that we're in it together is so encouraging. My husband's down 2 pant sizes just because we're... I'm like, what? I'm not, but he is.
This chat seems to have descended into a conversation about Kristen's husband's pants.
Females are taking more of a leading role in Hollywood. We know that. Well, now it's extending to reviewing movies. A new site called Cherry Picks will feature reviews for film, TV, music, and more, and will be strictly from female critics. And that's because sites like Rotten Tomatoes are predominantly male. I think women are gonna like this because I think we want a women's perspective on things.
It's a nice idea, I have no problem with it at all, but it slightly magnifies the sense that men are from Mars and women are from Venus. You know, the kind of, well, we'll have a women-only site because women have a different perspective on things that women want to read.
Right.
So you're sort of magnifying a certain separation and a distinction.
I do wish we could just be equal, though, and not feel like we have to create something just for women.
I used to be a film critic myself for about 9 years in a national newspaper in England. I was a film critic.
No way.
And I used to use bacon rashers. So if it's a good film, we got 5 bacon rashers. And if it was a poor film, we got 1 bacon rasher.
Did you have vegan bacon?
Isn't bacon vegan? Huh. That is disappointing. Top 30, we'll be right back.
A new survey of 2,000 Americans showed 40% of people wish oral care products were more effective, and 50% wish the cost was better, which is why we've got today's top 30 deal, JetWave's PowerSonic toothbrush with a UV base. The PowerSonic toothbrush operates at 5 different brushing modes and 3 intensity levels to enhance the brushing effectiveness and to provide a truly deep clean in just 2 minutes. Then the sanitizing UV base kills any germs and bacteria on the brush to ensure you're getting the best cleaning and protection of your oral health. With 6 weeks of battery life, you can take the brush with you wherever you go. JetWave's PowerSonic toothbrush with UV base retails for as much as $240, but today you can buy it for just $69. That's about a 71% discount, and you can get this right now at top30deals.com while they last.
Fluorescent dye may soon help doctors save the lives of thousands of people every year. Surgery is the best way for doctors to remove cancer from the body, but some healthy and cancerous tissue may look and feel very similar. Dr. Sunil Singhal had the idea of using a medical dye to try and highlight these cancerous cells. He gave cancer patients a big dose of this medical dye through an IV and noticed that the dye collected on the cancer cells lit up during surgery when exposed to a near-infrared light. The dyes are still in the experimental phase and undergoing final studies before the FDA will decide whether to approve the procedure. Doctors are excited about the results so far and also about the price tag. Dr. Singhal says dyes are cheap to make and won't make costs skyrocket for hospitals, insurance companies, or patients. The Canadian government is planting 2 million trees in Ontario, 1 for each Canadian that has served in the armed forces. It's called the Tree for Every Hero campaign, and organisers have invited the public to get involved by volunteering, donating and fundraising. 117,000 trees are being planted along a busy stretch of the 401 freeway and will be referred to as the Highway of Heroes. A statement from the campaign read, "The Highway of Heroes tree campaign has a threefold benefit: honouring our military, cooling the environment and beautifying the most travelled highway in North America." The portion of the 401 that will be used as the Highway of Heroes is the stretch they use for funeral processions for fallen Canadian Armed Forces troops when they take them from the base in Trenton to the coroner's office in Toronto. It's a great way to honour those that have served their country.
Even after a slew of bad headlines, traveling with your pet should go smoothly and safely as long as you follow the proper protocol. First, know the rules. Most airlines allow pets under 20 pounds to travel in the cabin of the plane for domestic flights. However, almost all airlines require pets to travel in cargo for international flights. Second, fees. It can cost between $95 and $200 each way to travel with your pet. Third, registration. Alert your airline as early as possible that you'll be traveling with a pet, since most have a limit on the number of animals allowed on board. Service dogs, of course, are exempt from these rules, so check with your airline to see what their specific protocol is. A new study wanted to answer a simple question. What's the happiest city in America? Well, it wasn't easy. Researchers from the finance site Wallet Hub examined 182 cities. They looked at 28 factors of happiness that fell into 3 categories: emotional and physical well-being, income and employment, and community and environment. Those numbers included things like life expectancy, divorce rate, income growth, and hours worked. They even looked at participation in sports. According to the results released this week, The happiest city in America is Fremont, California. It ranked 79.89 out of a possible score of 100. Bismarck, North Dakota came in second. Another California city, San Jose, took third place. Some cities didn't make the top 10, but were ranked highest in a certain category. Burlington, Vermont had the fewest working hours. In Kansas, Overland Park had the highest number of people getting a good night's sleep. One psychologist told Yahoo News, the city you reside in can affect your happiness. Some tend to be more relaxed and open, while others are more stressed and overwhelming. To see where your city ranked, go to the Top 30 TV Facebook page.
Coming up on the next show, a shocking new study says that more than 90% of the world's bottled water could be dangerous, and the unbelievable story of a text message that began a movement to raise money for a child with cancer. Top 30 also covers more of the day's stories live on Facebook daily at 9:30 Pacific, 12:30 Eastern. It's all coming up on the next Top 30.